with you.
I'm glad you came back. Hey, we're going to do a childhood favorite of mine, right? Growing up in the Carolinas, South Carolina, I'm going to be doing some South Carolina hash, right? Now, growing up, I only ate this maybe a few times a year because of the way the situation was when I was growing up. They would have bike shows, right? And there would always be someone selling hash, okay? It's not drug hash. No, no, no. This is beef or pork, depending on the family. That would dictate which version you got. Okay. Now, in South Carolina, there are roughly four distinctive areas for hash. Right? They have different flavor profiles. Okay. You have some they like the pepper vinegar taste on it. You have some that like a little bit of tomato in it. You have some that like a lot of tomato in it. Then you have a region that like mustard. It's a mustard base. Okay. Now where I'm from in South Carolina, I'm kind of on the edge or in the middle of the lightly tomato base and the mustard. Okay. So what I've done, I've basically, in essence, combined the two, okay? And it's delicious, right? Yes, it's going to take some time. You're going to be looking, if you do this properly, you're going to be looking at roughly 2 stages, and it's going to take about 13, maybe a little over 13 hours to do it, but it's worth it. Now, some families, they put potatoes in it. I don't care much for the potatoes in it, right? Some people put it on top of rice. I can eat it like that. Yeah, sure, absolutely. Some people put it on mashed potatoes. I can do that as well. But mainly, I like to eat it just by itself, right? Because it's delicious. Now, here's a fun fact for you. Now, back in the day, during the slave trades and things like that, the hash recipe is actually a German recipe. Okay? They brought that in, and what happened, the slaves, they modified it, fine-tuned it, if you will, and now it's awesome. Now, a lot of places outside of South Carolina don't know about hash, right? But you can find some spots sprinkled in, North Carolina. You have some in Georgia, maybe a few throughout the U.S., but it's not commonly known outside of South Carolina, okay? So I'm going to show you how I make it, and you're going to enjoy it. I know you are. Try it for yourself and have at it. This is what we're doing. Like I said, I like to eat it without any rice or anything. Heavenly. Heavenly. Try this out for yourself. Hey, this is Shrashira. That's the best elevator music I ever heard. So for the first leg of this recipe, we're gonna need some salt, a couple teaspoons of salt, tablespoon of pepper, black pepper, tablespoon, I'm using granulated garlic, 1 cup of water, half a cup of apple cider vinegar, and here we have 3.5 pounds of pork shoulder, okay? And then right here, we have 5.5 pounds of beef, stew meat to be exact. Okay, we're gonna put these in a pot. and we're gonna put them in the oven for like a long time. So in regards to the pot that we're gonna be cooking this in, I'm using a cast iron Dutch oven. Okay, this is just a 9-quart. It's real heavy. If you got one, you know, cast iron. I mean, they're heavy. I mean, they're real heavy. So be careful with it. We're going to be putting the meat in. We're going to put it in a 275-degree oven. Because of the amount of meat we got, I mean, we're not going to go super crazy, but we're going to go for like 5.5 hours, maybe even 6 hours, and then we'll check, see how tender it is at that point. Okay, let's get this mixed up. Okay, put our pork shoulder in. And this does have the bone in it. It's supposed to have been boneless, but you know, sometimes the butchers, they mess up. They have a stressful job. So now let's add our beef. You know, I've already washed this meat. I always have to wash my meat, you know, before I cook it, just in case there's some debris left over from the butcher, you know, or in case there's any other type of foods on it. We got our salt. Granulated garlic. Pepper in there. Okay. Vinegar. And our water. Lid on this bad boy. Now, what you'll notice when you see me put this in the oven, I've removed the racks. I put a cookie sheet down. I'm going to put this on the cookie sheet just in case there's a little bit of overflowing. You know, I'll have time to catch it and remedy that. Now, as this cooks, we'll check it again, you know, for the amount of liquid. If we need to add more liquid before the 5.5 to 6 hours, I will do so. Okay? So let's get this in the oven. All right, in the oven she goes. There we go. We're checking it in a couple hours. It's been about 6 hours. Let's see what we got here. Just mixed up. And it's not ready yet. Yep, not tender yet. The fat cap, I'll probably pulling that off here in a couple hours. But I wanted that flavor, you see. So now what we're going to do, we're going to add some onions and some more ingredients. So what we're going to add to this is, we have some diced up here, 2 medium onions. We have a cup of ketchup, half a cup of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, 3 tablespoons of mustard. It's yellow mustard. So let's get this mixed in. And lemon juice. Lemon juice goes in. The Worcestershire sauce. The Worcestershire sauce goes in. Let's get our mustard in here. Alright, and then mixed in there. Got ketchup in there. brown sugar goes in. Sure it gets mixed nice. Now let's put all our onions in. Alright, so this goes back in the oven for at least another 4.5, maybe 5 hours. Alright, so it's been in about 10 hours, low and slow. Now we want to take this out, strain it so it can cool off a bit so we can start shredding it up. So now I've broken up the meat and I did another mix of the ingredients I put in the water at the beginning. You know, the vinegar, the ketchup, the mustard, the Worcestershire sauce, the salt, pepper, and the granulated garlic. I'm going to pour this over it. I want all that to get in there. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to add about 6 cups or so of the broth or the liquid that was strained off from the cook. I don't want to lose any of that flavor. So there's 2 cups. Makes 4. And here's 6. And now we're going to stir this up. And now what we're going to do, we're going to put this on the stove. We're going to bring it to a boil, and then we're going to turn it down to simmer. We're going to let it simmer for a couple hours. So now it's on the stove, right? And we're going to bring it up to the boil, and then we're going to turn it down to low, let it simmer. And you want to come by like every half hour or so and stir it up so it doesn't stick to the bottom, right? You don't want to burn it. You want to keep it moving, keep it stirred up. All right, it's going to be delicious. Let me get to it. We're about 45 minutes in. So low, simmering. Just want to mix it up a bit. Yeah. That's what we want right there. Yep. About another hour and some change, and we'll test it out. Alright, so it's been percolating here 3 hours, and we are done. Okay. We are done. We stirred it properly so nothing's sticking. Oh yeah. So let me get this together. Let me put a bowl together and go ahead and close it out. Real simple. Let's get some of this scooped out. Put this in this bowl. Now, normally you would have it with rice, but me, I like to have it by itself. Now, truth be told, I'm gonna have this with rice tomorrow, and most likely the day after that as well. But for right now, it's just gonna be in the bowl. So this is what we have. Look at that. Nice. There we have it. South Carolina's finest. Oh yeah. We have our hash. South Carolina hash. Try this recipe out. You know, yes, it takes time, but it's a labor of love. And you can taste the love in the food. Taste that soul. Okay? That has been developed over generations. Right? Now, put this over rice, potatoes, or eat it plain. You're gonna like it either way. So try it out. Give me a comment. Let me know what you think. If you're not already subscribed, hey, subscribe. Join the peanut gallery, right? If you can share it out, share it out. This is Shrashira, and I'm out because I'm about to destroy this. You understand that? This is going to be gone.